What is up, Percussion? I hope you guys are having a good week so far. We are in week 3 of remote learning, and we're going to kind of dive right on in, okay? The piece of music that we're going to be doing is one that's, the music is below. It's not actually in your book, and it is called Bridgemen. It should look like this, okay? Now, just like what I did with another exercise, I did triplet rolls. We're just focusing on the top line, the snare part. There is also a tenors part and also a bass part, but we're just focusing on the snare part. So this piece is only 7 measures in total, and the 7th measure is just 1 quarter note, but we're only focusing on the snare part for right now, okay? It's in 4/4. It's pretty straightforward, but this piece works on making sure that we're keeping, the consistent sticking of right-left, but then also making sure we're doing the accents in the correct places. It's a lot trickier than it looks. I mean, otherwise, it just looks like straight 16th notes, but it's where the accents are at that make this one a little bit of a challenge. Okay? So, I'll tell it down so you guys can see the practice pad, and we're going to dive right in. Okay? So everything is alternating right-left the entire time. It's just varying where the accents are at. Okay? So in the first measure, we're accenting on beat 1 and then on beat 3. Everything else is taps. Okay? So it'd be 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a, okay? Notice how I did not go 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a, because I can't tell where the accents are at, okay? 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a, okay? In the next measure, in measure 2, we're now putting an accent on 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a, okay? So the right hand is still doing accents in the same spot, but now we're just adding a left hand right after it. Okay? So it's 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a. Okay? Notice how you can see and hear the difference between an accent and a tap. Okay? In the third measure, this is one of the trickier ones, okay? We're still doing that right hand and accent in the same spot. So an accent on 1 and an accent on 3. But now we're putting the left hand accent on So 1E and 2E and 3E and 4E and Make sure you're alternating between right and left the entire time. 1E and 2E and 3E and right, left, 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 right, left. Okay? Make sure that you're doing the correct sticking on that. All right? In the fourth measure, we're still doing a right hand accent on 1 and 3, but we're also putting it on the and of 1 and the and of 3. Okay? Then the tricky one that they throw in there for you is they're now putting a left hand accent on E of beat 2 and beat 4. Okay, so if I did it really, really slowly, I would have 1E and 2E and 3E and 4E and okay, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Let me speed it up a little bit. 1E and 2E and 3E and 4E and okay. Okay, that's a tricky measure. The fifth measure, we're still doing a downstroke on the right hand, but now we're doing it on beats 1, 2, 3, and 4. But then we're adding a left hand downstroke on So the of 1, of 2, of 3, of 4. So 1E and 2E and 3E and 4E and 1. Okay, 1E and 2E. 3E, 4E, and 1. Please notice that with the downstrokes, I am coming and I'm staying above the pad. I'm not doing this. That's a natural stroke. We don't want a natural stroke. We want a downstroke because we want it to stay close to the pad so I can go directly into taps. 1E and 2E and 3E and 4E and 1. Okay. Then the last 2 measures, but the last measure that really has anything tricky. Again, it's still rotating right-left, But notice how there's a crescendo, and it's all based off of the left hand accents. So we have an accent on 1 with the right hand, then nothing on 2 ienda. But then in 3, we have an accent on the E of 3, the of 3, and then in beat 4, the E of 4, and the of 4. So we have 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1. Okay, so your left hand should be going E, E, and that's a little bit weird, is having the left hand do a lot of that work, especially for most of you being right hand dominant. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1. Okay? So when we put it all together at a slower tempo, it's going to sound like this from the very beginning. 6, 7, 8, 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E. Right, left, and 3 E and 4 E and right, 3 E and 4 E. 1 E and 2 E and 3 and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 and 4. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1. Okay? It's from a just sticking standpoint, it's just right left the entire time. That does not change the entirety of the exercise. It's just changing where the accents are at. Okay? Now, obviously, like most snare exercises, the faster you can do it, the cooler it sounds and the better purpose it serves. Okay, so we did it at a pretty slow tempo, a little bit faster. 5, 6, 7, and. Okay? It all serves that purpose of just getting a good stick control at a faster tempo. Okay? It's a fun exercise. It's one that you can just kind of do it on repeat for a while, and it's just a lot of fun. I know a lot of guys in high school that use this whenever I'm working with drum lines at high school programs, like at the beginning of the year. For marching band camps, I use this exercise every single year because it's a really, really good exercise. Okay? I hope you have fun with it, and I'll see you later. Love you, miss you.